What's up? We got E Will here. What up, E Will?
What up? What up?
I see you sharpened up with that nice. You got the beard looking crisp, razor sharp.
Right. Yeah, man. I didn't say nothing, but a couple weeks ago, man, I had 6 teeth pulled out at once. So, like, I didn't go to the barber shop. My face was swollen on here and everything. So, as soon as that swelling went down, I was like, I'm good.
You on your Jacob Fatu, man? You Fatu, the mouth surgery. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We was in, Godspeed on the recovery too. We was in here talking. I got a cold, so I'm sick. Niggas at 100%. Drinking a bit, chilling. We was in here talking about the NBA playoffs before we got into the wrestling, man.
Yeah.
We talking about Wemby, obviously the Knicks. I'm captivated by what they doing. Nick, who you think is the wrestling equivalent to Wemby right now? Like, who is the wrestler that is just a freakish athlete who you can see being like a generational star that's gonna be at the top of WWE or AEW?
Over family. And I'm not even saying just for the pure swollenness, but he came in and just shocked everybody. And it's crazy because like when I was a kid and just seeing Tim Duncan and growing up with Duncan, and now we get to see Wemby, and it's just a crazy. It's like we're living it all over again. So I would say Oba, and just for the mere fact that how he came in and he fucking set the whole wrestling world on fire. Wemby came and shook everything up, and the future is only up, man. So I'm gonna say it. Oba.
Who you think he will? Who's the wrestling equivalent to Wemby?
That's my guy right there. I gotta agree with Nick. Like and the thing is, when Oba first came in, a lot of people don't remember. He was taking L's like back to back to back when he first got the NXT and all of that. But something clicked and he became, him. And yeah, like that's equivalent to the Thunder, man. I mean the Wemby.
Yeah, the Spurs.
Yeah, the overall, yeah, it would have to be him. Yeah, it would have to, because he's still new on the scene and he's dominating. I'll tell you one thing: if I'm in college, high school, and I'm a center, I hope I make it to the Spurs. I hope if I'm eligible for the draft, I might drop out the draft and try to get them to get me as an undrafted free agent, because you had David Robinson, you had Duncan. It's a factory. Like I love it, man. I love it.
Spurs. I got AEW on the phone. Will Ospreay just had a victory. He looks in really good shape, man.
Okay.
I'm happy to see Will Ospreay back in the ring. I think my wrestling equivalent to Wemby, and especially after seeing him this weekend, is probably gonna be Braun Breaker. Just because like this dude is an incredible athlete, man. And not to take nothing away from Oga. Oga's incredible too, but Braun Breaker, the way he could like do standing backflips and the Frankenstein off the top rope, and the best spear I think in wrestling right now. And he's running at 25 miles an hour, and he's just an athlete that this brother, he's a phenomenal athlete, man. And I think Braun Breaker is like 27, 28 years old. Same age is old. They didn't say it. Well, and I just see this guy dominating, for the next 10 years at least, man. This guy is incredible. As long as he stays healthy, and it's crazy because he got injured going a few weeks before WrestleMania, and right after WrestleMania, this guy's bench pressing 400 pounds like it's feathers. So man, he's incredible. And
football players make great wrestlers, man.
man, and he had a crazy match at Backlash. Me and Ari, the Oracle, we went down to Tampa, Florida with the fam to I'll send you some clips too, Nick. We could put it in the show. But me and Ari went down to Tampa to check out Backlash. He told me he was going with the fam. He told me to pull up. I pulled up. I had a great time, man. Braun Breaker against Seth Rollins was the first match at Backlash. Man, I know Seth had a couple of botches trying to do like he tried to do the pedigree where it was almost going into like a crucifix, and these are moves that Seth has done a million times before. Maybe he had a little bit of ring rust. It might even been an angle then. I don't know. He might have messed that. I don't know.
It's the partner. Like that, if you do certain moves you do, you have to have a partner that. So, for instance, Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, that's in his wheelhouse. That's been in his wheelhouse since before WWE, so he's used to it. But not you. The WWE speed is a little slower than those moves that he botched call for, if that makes sense. Like if he was with the Penta or Ray Phoenix or somebody, it would have went off just smooth, but with guys who only get training in WWE who haven't worked that style, you got to be really good not to mess up. So
Yeah, but I mean, even with when Braun Breaker tried to give him the Frankenstein off the top rope, he tried to land on his feet. He couldn't land. He didn't land on his feet. But I mean it's tough to do. It's regardless of who your partner is, like those moves are tough to do. But even with those two mistakes, those two botches,
still a good match.
I thought it was a really good match. I thought it set the tone incredibly.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was gonna win. I don't think you could go wrong with a victory for either one. But Braun Breaker, he won. He got a little assist, a little distraction from the Vision, Logan Paul,
Yeah.
and Austin Theory. Hit him with that. He hit him with about 1,500 spears, man. One spear is hard enough, but goddamn,
It was a lot of spears. I'm sorry, I'm agreeing with you. That was a lot of spears. He got them.
yeah. I love this matchup though. Even again with the couple of botches, I think they have great chemistry in and out the ring. I think this is a story that could last. Like this was a match that I wanted to see at WrestleMania. I think they gave us a WrestleMania level effort. Like it was very intense. It was over 20 minutes long, maybe even closer to like 30. The crowd was into it. It was a great way to set the tone. And I love this feud. I love this feud of Seth kind of being like by himself on an island trying to fight the Vision. The Street Profits are in the mix now, and it sounds like Dawkins is kind of open to having some discussion with Seth. Montez ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we do get at some point Montez versus Seth, even if they decide to team up after. I think they fought like one time in the past on Raw, something like that. I vaguely remember them fighting, but I want to see a Montez versus Seth. And like I always said, Seth having the Street Profits in his corner, giving them advice, giving them like that little extra push, because they're a great tag team, but they're missing something that's taking them to superstar level. Even though they're multi-time tag team champions, NXT multi-time champions in Raw, multi-time champions in SmackDown, they just aren't a dominant force. It's something that's missing to make them the dominant tag teams, like how we see Usos, like how we see some of these other teams, Sammy and KO. But I love the match, man. I love that match with Seth and Braun Breaker.
I got one issue. I got the issue with it. It's with most WWE matches now. Like that rivalry is so good, that feud is so good. I just want a one-on-one match with no interference. After the match, beat them down. Put like just a clean match. Just let them go, man. Like the interference, I guess it's part of the storyline, but so you saying Braun needs help from these two in order to beat Seth? Like, no, go one-on-one and then beat him up after the match. Like, I just this interference thing, it's I don't know if it's a new thing, just like all the near falls and all the near falls and all of wrestling. Like, it's a lot of that. But
Hate it. Hate it.
yeah, just it's crazy. It's out the dip. I don't know how he'll feel, but uh the Profits won with a roll-up pin. They matched the other day. So I don't know, man. It less interference, man. Like, let's go back to making classic matches that also make classic moments. Like, we don't they got their own the Theory and Logan got their own issues to worry about. Like, stay out. It's cool.
What do you think of the match overall, though?
It was good. Like, I liked it overall. I like Seth and Braun have great chemistry.
They do.
Yeah. And Seth can make anybody look good. He's one of those workers that anybody he works with is gonna shine no matter what. So that was a great match. Braun, he did great. It wasn't really like he did great. Like, I got no complaints about him. He's just full speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I see him wrestle, I can't wait to see him clash with Jacob. That's all I think about every time I see him. Like, I need them two to clash. So
That could very well be the main event, night one or probably night one of WrestleMania next year. That could be a main event. I think we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna get there. Nick, what's your thoughts? Braun Breaker against Seth.
I liked it, man. It was good. Like you said, it was lengthy, so it was good to see it. Like just compared to what we saw at WrestleMania. So I enjoyed it, the length of it. But like Raw, yeah, a lot of physicality, and I enjoyed it, man.
I like the fact that we got a chance to see a lot of Braun's repertoire and how great of an athlete he is. He gave, the clothesline from the, apron to the floor through the table, the standing backflip. There was one time where Seth tried to give him the curb stomp and he turned on his back and he caught Seth's foot. The Seth gave him a broken arrow, which he immediately reversed into his own broken arrow, which had a big pop from the crowd. We was going crazy when we saw that. And I mean, look at it, guys, man. Braun Breaker needs to stay at this level of competition. Like, he needs to stay in this main event caliber. He had a tremendous match to start the year off with CM Punk. I thought that match was incredible. And we saw him with another veteran, with Seth at Backlash, and we're getting closer and closer, I think, to seeing spear versus spear, Braun Breaker against Roman at some point. I think we'll see Braun against Roman before Braun against Jacob, but we're getting closer, and Braun is great, man. They got something special on their hands. Like I said, they got somebody like for the next 10 years, if he stays healthy. You're gonna claim the divine for Braun Breaker that he's gonna stay healthy and do it. Man, he's incredible. I loved it. I give that match. I loved it. I give that match 4 out of 5. I thought it was dope. It was a great way to set the tone. Second match on Backlash. Second match on Backlash, we saw Trick Williams against Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn as he's getting more heelish, as he's getting more sarcastic with the crowd, as he's getting more sarcastic with WWE officials. Um, I love Sammy way more as a bad guy than I do as a good guy. I'm just waiting for him to break out his Sammy dance that he used to do, but he used to rock the slick back hair. Of course, Trick Williams, he came to the ring with Little Yachty. Sammy beat the hell out of Little Yachty again. Enough of a distraction where Trick was able to get him with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3, victory, U.S. champion. Yachty made it rain at the end of after the match was over. Sammy sat there. He was stewing in disappointment, a little confused, but I think it was the right decision. Trick is the U.S. champion, and I think we're gonna get a long title reign out of Trick Williams, guys. What y'all think?
Yeah, did you notice during the whole match? I felt like Sammy was taken aback that he was getting booed. Like I think it really caught him off guard because Trick was supposed to be the heel, and but the Trick package, man, is too appealing. You know, he right now he's in the same category as Randy. Randy's a super heel, but you're gonna sing his song every time he come out. You're not really gonna boo Randy no matter what. So I thought it was great. I didn't want Sammy to win. I don't need another, like his reigns haven't been too exciting for me. And I like Trick. I like Yachty. I wish he was less involved, like just there with him, throwing the money. I thought that was great. Yachty is built for this. It's certain rappers that are built for this. It's two rappers that always come to mind. Rick Ross is number 1 and Yachty is number 2 now. So I love it, man.
Yeah. Why do you think, what does Yachty show you that you say he's built for us? What does he show you? What traits does he show you?
For me as a fan, what attracts me and I'm gonna use Bow Wow as an example. When we were at Raw at Netflix and we were talking wrestling, and even 2 Chainz, I'll say, you can tell when somebody really loves this and when this is just because it's for PR, for the brand. We was talking to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz in his top 5 is Barry Windham.
Yeah.
So he's a real wrestling fan. So if he was to get involved, I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? But when it's just like the Paul Walter Hausers, this man, I don't think people understand. Maybe because he's not in WWE. This man is a movie star, Academy Award nominated, Golden Globe winner. He drives in his car with his wife and kids in between filming across the country to do indie shows. Like he has a passion for it. So if I see him in it, I'm happy. Same thing with Yachty. I know Yachty's really into wrestling. I can tell he's a fan. And when you can tell when they're real fans, the passion comes out. I don't know if you remember, what was the college athletes and the girl did she went viral because she said, and I found out they don't really hit each other. Like I don't like when people are involved in storylines and you can tell they're not really fans. So him, as much flack as I get Jelly Roll, he's a fan. So I'm not too mad at it. I just didn't want him in the main event storyline. But, I love it, man. The only thing he does is help wrestling get bigger. That's it.
Yeah. I agree with everything you're saying, man. Yachty is really into it. He loves it. Young guy too, man. And
He does he threw real money. He said he threw about 1,000 in singles out there. So shout out to him, man.
But I love the fact that Sammy is trying to come to grips with the fans booing him and cheering for Trick. It's almost, I mean, hey man, you got to take a look at it. it harkens back a little bit to Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. You know, you have a Canadian who was Bret Hart. You have a really flashy guy, and Shawn Michaels. Trick is flashy too. Actually came up under the tutelage of Shawn Michaels in NXT.
Mhm.
Um, Sammy is a throwback to Bret, you know, one of them like pure wrestler type of guys. And Sammy has a really good grievance because he hasn't done anything wrong. Like he hasn't cheated. He's actually extended himself to do the right thing where it's been to his detriment. Like he's done so much good that he almost was out of WrestleMania. Like he almost this WrestleMania. He did so much good. And you know, he's looking at the fans like, damn, 2 years ago when I turned on Roman and I was the biggest thing in wrestling and you guys couldn't get enough of me. Now you got this new guy who just came, like he literally Trick has only been in wrestling, you know, a couple of months. I mean, on the main roster, I should say.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, this guy comes and he actually um this is you guys and he's cheating all the time. How dare you all not cheer for me? I'm the good guy.
So he's cool and you're not. You're not cool, Sammy.
Yeah.
You know, they see the iffy arena interviews we crying about your son. Like
Well,
he's not
Trick is him, bro. Like he's as cool as you say cool as shit.
it's cool. It's just cool. He got the white coat. They marketed him great. He was on First Take and gave Stephen A one. And it's Sammy is the underdog. So when you're the underdog, you're not gonna get the praise like everybody else. I do have the perfect heel turn for him. I want him to go on this losing streak and question himself. But what I want him to do is snap and have a moment where he snaps on a baby face to do heel stuff, and out of nowhere, KO runs out to try to stop him and turns heel with him. That's what I want. That's the great way to bring KO back. That's the great way to I got passionate, man. That's the great way to turn Sammy face. And they work better together when when they split up. Like before Kevin KO got hurt, don't get it twisted. He was kind of floundering. They ain't really. He was kind of moving like LA Knight. He ain't really have nothing, and he was just like inserted into certain things. So why not put them back together, man? That's money right there. That's Fred money. As
KO, he was on a great heel run, but before he got injured, you know, he had that incredible ladder match with Cody, and I think I still say to this day, him and Randy, they would have had a match that would have stole WrestleMania, man.
yeah.
If KO and Randy, they would have stole WrestleMania. I fully believe that. I I Man, I just wonder what would have been the RKO out of nowhere when they fought at WrestleMania. I think we're still going to get that match maybe at the next WrestleMania, but I do agree with you. In my perfect world, in my book in mind, I would have not had Pat McAfee or Jerry Roll involved in that main event. I think I would have had it straight up, and I would have had Sammy come out at the end and cost Cody the championship. I still I have a lot to say about Randy. Like Randy was red hot going into WrestleMania before Pat McAfee, and now Randy he hasn't been seen since WrestleMania after taking that loss. I don't know why they had Randy go through the trouble of punting Cody and we don't see him. Like even if he did the punt and Randy was taking a break, they should say, okay, Randy is suspended for punting him. You know, like that's a good way to get him off TV if he's gonna get off TV. But to be just to disappear or whatever is weird. But I would have had Sammy cost Cody the championship, and I would have had, the feud right now would be Cody versus Sammy right now. That would have been the Backlash match, and I would have Gunther go. I really would have Gunther going after Roman, but if he had to move to SmackDown, I think Gunther versus Randy, 2 heels would have been great. But that's my book in mind. But yeah, this slow burn, of Sammy turning heel, I think it's great, and he's gonna explode one of these episodes, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind if Sammy started a little faction with, like, let's say Bailey, all the people that's been losing and feeling a little undervalued. That I wouldn't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be really cool.
Undervalued underdogs. I love it, man. So in the middle of Backlash, we got Danhausen and Minniehausen versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. I wasn't a big fan of this match. It was a lot of, it was stuff for the kids, and I was there. Ari brought his son and one of his youngest daughter. They're 13 and 9. They had a good time. It was silliness, for adults. It was silliness, but I really do like Danhausen a lot, especially since he took the curse off the Knicks, and the Knicks been on this one. So Danhausen can do no wrong, in my opinion. I just think that particular match, they probably could have had it on SmackDown. I would have took the Charlotte Flair. I was about to say Charlotte Holmes. I would have took the Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley 6-woman tag team match that was on SmackDown that Friday.
Yeah.
That on Backlash, and then I would have put Danhausen and Minniehausen versus Miz and Kit Wilson on SmackDown.
I was about to say I would have had the Profits against the Vision instead. And I know they're in the middle of a storyline, but however the results could have been a part of the storyline. But Danhausen should have been on Raw or SmackDown. That's how I feel about that one.
Yeah, that was a TV match.
And a lot of people, like, I was having a conversation with my boy. It's not that people were wanting Oba or CM Punk, which would have been cool. I wanted Almost to have on a Danhausen mask, how the minis had on masks. That would have been crazy right there. And this, but the minis on the PLE, it's cool, but I think it would have been better if the minis are permanent superstars now and travel with him, not just a one-time thing, if that makes sense.
I like the minis. I'm with it.
Remember Hillbilly Jim used to have a mini.
Yeah.
Like certain wrestlers had minis back in the day, and they were signed to deals. So I think
Doink and Dink.
Yeah, I think that would be smart.
Minniehausen could go too. Like I don't want y'all to think I'm dissing Minniehausen. Minniehausen was getting busy. He was just riding the Hurricane Riders and all of that. He was getting busy.
This a chance that we got the minis. If they like nostalgia, it's a chance to just bring back Cornswoggle real quick in a funny bit. It's certain things you can do with this, but for me, I wanted it to be somebody else. Maybe a Almost. Over. I was hoping maybe Over, not seeing Over in the mask, but maybe him come out with like tribal paint or something like that if he was going to come out with Danhausen. But yeah, I my only issue with the match is that it should have been on SmackDown or Raw. Like it did. Y'all was there, but from home, the crowd wasn't really reacting to it from home when you're looking at it on TV. And then they kind of botched the end of the match, the leaving part. For me, it was funny, but you could tell it was, we messed up. Shit. Like,
yeah, I think it was one of those things where the match was just taking a little too long. Like it was, it was cool to see some of those high spots with Minniehausen in the beginning, but it was like, all right, man, let's move this along. It was We in agreement. It could have been a SmackDown.
It's a little it was cheesy, but that man is praying money right now, man.
Danhauser,
Yes.
he's great. I need to see him on TV every week. Like he's funny. He's entertaining. Like Danhausen can do no wrong in my book. I love it.
You know what's funny, honestly, because I'm not like I've seen him wrestle before. I'm not the biggest fan of him wrestling. I think they can benefit from using him like just randomly putting him on commentary. Um, just random stuff like they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it up. He's one of the personalities. He don't need to wrestle, and he's just as valuable as a wrestler. So he's like, "I see."
Yeah, he don't need to get in the ring. Like he could be a special attraction. We see him wrestle like once every 2-3 months. He's one of them people where like I wish they had house shows for many reasons, but he's one of those guys that could benefit from being a house show attraction, like Danhausen wrestling house shows. I don't necessarily need to see him wrestling PLEs and TV, but he's great. I love it, and the t-shirts and the masks that they're selling look dope. He got it. He got it. Um, Io Sky versus Oscar. Damn, Oscar.
Yeah, I'm sad thinking about it, man. Oh,
I love, right from the start, the crowd was chanting Kyrie. It was like Kyrie, Kyrie. But I ain't gonna lie, them women was heating it up so much in that ring. They stopped cheering for Kyrie after a while and was focusing on what they had there and appreciating Oscar and Io. Again, this is a WrestleMania. This is a match that should have been at WrestleMania. This is a WrestleMania caliber match. This was a
that's 3 years in a row. Io Sky Oscar should have been at like having a match like this at Mania. By the way, that's like 3 years in a row that they had the match either on SmackDown the week before or the day, a couple days before Mania or after. This is like the 3rd year in a row they did that.
Yeah, I think that was a big drop ball. Like that match it absolutely would have stole the show at WrestleMania. The crowd was into it. They wasn't as crazy as I thought they should have been, due to the effort that Io and Oscar was doing. We got a lot of high spots. My favorite spot in the match was when they standing on the table and Oscar tries to hit Io with the miss and she pulls up. Hey, Barrett. Yeah, his little tablet or whatever. And that was a dope counter, and they just was going all out. Io was doing all these backflips, high flying. To me, she's top 5 in WWE. I say this often. Io is the top 5 wrestler, male or female, in WWE, and they got to start pushing her. I know she was women's champion for a while, but it's no way she should have been left off WrestleMania. The caliber athlete that she is, she had another great match with Sol Ruka, who is gonna be, Sol Ruka is gonna be heavyweight champion, if not this year, next year. She's incredible athlete too. I love what Sol is doing. I'm surprised that they let Oscar counter Sol's the Soul Snatcher move, this early in her reign on the main roster, Soul Ruka.
So hey, so got to know it's the difference between NXT and the main roster. It's the difference between college and the pros, man.
Yeah, she's 0-2 right now. She lost to Liv and she lost to Io. I mean, those are the 2 top women on Raw. So along with Becky Lynch. So
they building a super baby face.
And she got Becky Lynch next. So she better pack a lunch.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she take that belt off Becky.
You'd be so.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. I do. It would be unpredictable, and they're very predictable. So I like the certain changes they do. Certain little things they do is like, all right, y'all will pay attention to the fan base. And Sol Ruka winning over Becky would be really great. Yeah.
I don't like Becky with the Intercontinental belt anyway. I think she's above that. I think she needs to be fighting for the world championship. I think she's above me an Intercontinental champion. I never was on board with that. I think, people like Sol Ruka. I think Raquel Intercontinental champion, Sol Ruka Intercontinental champion, Paige returning Intercontinental champion. Some of the, Fatal Influence could be Intercontinental if they was on Raw, but I don't think EO and um Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, I think they're above being an Intercontinental champion. It's just like you're not going to see Cody Rhodes or CM Punk or Tribal Chief fight for the Intercontinental belt. They're above that. No disrespect to the Intercontinental belt, but that's a championship for the people that's the mid card people.
I think it's smart that she does have it because I think they're doing the same thing that they did with Cena. When he became US champ, it was to boost it. You know what I'm saying? Give it some relevance. Because I'll be honest, this past year for the US Women's Championship, it's been rough.
I think the best way to boost it to me is do what you did with Carmelo when he had the US belt. Let him be the young guy, but taking on like a lot of challenges and putting on the match of the night or the match of the week every week. Carmelo arguably was having the match of the week of any show when he was U.S. champion. So, and the U.S. champion was flourishing. The U.S. championship was flourishing. I think it still will flourish with Trick Williams because he's such a superstar. I think they caught lightning in the bottle with that because Trick is already a superstar and he's new to the main roster, so they getting the best of both worlds. But I think that what they do is let it be the workhorse, like they doing with Penta. You know what I'm saying? Penta. I mean, it's obvious he's a main eventer up and coming, but he's doing a great job with the Intercontinental belt too, and he's fighting and defending it a lot. So,
hey, real quick, like to the people listening, a good example, and this is not to be comparison or anything. Kevin Knight has the TNT championship right now, right? They started a mini feud in between their own separate feuds between him and MJF to boost that title, that mid-card title. And MJF didn't want the belt, but then all of a sudden, hearing Kevin Knight talk about it, he wanted the belt. So now you got more eyes on that mid-card title, even though he's still chasing the heavyweight title. So I like the way that they did it, where MJF fought. I personally knew he was going to win because that's not his goal, but they used a big star to boost the belt. And I think something like that, you give it to a young person. So the U.S. Women's Championship, you give it to Sol Ruka. Now you have a Becky, even though she's going for the main title, have her challenge her to boost, you know what I mean? To make it, to give her to give Sol a quality win and give relevance to that title. So
I like it. I mean, it's funny early in I don't know if it was early, but I know during Honky Tonk Mans, and I'm going all the way back, guys and girls, going all the way back during the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental title reign, which was one of the greatest, even though Honky Tonk Man wasn't one of the greatest wrestlers, he had a great Intercontinental title reign. He's so cool. Yeah, he was insane, and we hated him. We tune in just to see people beat him, and he used to always weasel his way out and win. But during his Intercontinental title reign, guess what? He fought Hulk Hogan at house shows. I don't think they ever met they went pay-per-view, but he fought Hulk Hogan a couple of times And now did he pin Hulk Hogan? Hell no. Nobody was pinning Hulk Hogan, except for a few, Ultimate Warrior. But he was able to weasel his way out and keep the belt, count out or whatever. He was able to get his ass beat and still keep the belt. But I do agree with what you're saying. Like having a big main eventer come down and fight one of them young people, I think is gonna be great. Which much
not the main eventer hold the belt, but just coming to challenge for it.
it's coming to challenge it. Yeah. And I think that brings us to the next part of the Backlash pay-per-view where John Cena came out and he announced that there's gonna be a Cena Classic where the fans are actually gonna vote and who is the Cena Classic champion. Like I guess based on who I guess it's based on who put on the best performance in the pay-per-view or the PLE. Like, so for instance, and we'll get to Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns in a minute, but Jacob Fatu lost to Roman, but he beat Roman down quite considerably. So if we was voting on it, we might say, hey, Jacob put on the best performance in the whole night, but let's vote him on the winner. Or, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Or we could say, hey, Braun Breaker did some incredible things. I think he was the best wrestler tonight. Let's vote for Braun Breaker. So or Io Sky or whatever. But it's gonna be established superstars, much like they did at Saturday Night main event where we saw Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes and Javon Evans and fighting AJ Styles. We're gonna see NXT wrestlers fight wrestlers from the Raw and SmackDown brand. So we don't know when it's gonna happen or where, but
I think we'll see AAA wrestlers in there too. Yeah.
that would be dope. We got to see this new dude on NXT, Rook. This guy is crazy. I like it.
Hold on, who?
They got Rook on NXT. What's it?
I'm about to say who's Rook? I must have missed it.
Wait, hold up. Nick, can you pull him up?
Oh yeah, the
Mason Rook.
yeah.
Oh, Mason. Oh, you talking about Cruz, Will Cruz. I mean, his new name. Okay. Yeah.
Listen, once you see a picture, you'll know.
It feels like that they believe in him. Yeah. Oh yeah, he just signed a contract on Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I like him because again, I follow the indies and the smaller promotions. The fact that NXT is putting something behind him makes me happy because Sean and his coaches, his producers are doing their job. But yeah, he's dope, man. He's oldest, but he can do a backflip. And he actually, I hope they don't Otis him, if that makes sense. Like push him more towards the Bronson Reed than more so the Otis side of things. And listen, while I mention Otis, I don't like him getting squashed by Oba. I don't like it.
Why?
So, number one, he was supposed to fight Cesaro. Cesaro backed out. Otis is a Money in the Bank winner, whether you like it or not.
I love him.
He's a tag team champion. I consider him more than a jobber, even though that's all they see him as, or as an enhancement talent. And anybody else could have been in that position. I just wish it was somebody else besides Otis. Like anybody else. Like seeing Otis get squashed like that it puts people like me in my head that he about to get future endeavor.
Why? There's no shame in losing. There's no shame in losing Obafemi.
No, but
People just dominated like
Oba had a tough time against Joaquin Wild. So it's like, what we gonna do, man? Is he gonna dominate or is he going to be competitive. Otis deserved. My thing is Otis deserved to be a little competitive.
He had a tough time against Joaquin at NXT, not on the main roster. He hasn't had a tough time against anybody on the main roster.
But that's my like you got a whole bunch of people that aren't being used. If you're doing a squash thing, maybe Cesaro cool because they don't do nothing with him. But Otis, they put in serious situations. Like he can go, man. It's a little tough, man.
Oh, listen, man, Otis, he's a good guy. He could go, but you need a super heavyweight just to you gotta sell the dominance of Oba right now. You gotta keep that dominance going. So
Hey, you got to remember, right after that, Oba took down Los Garzos, and then they went on Twitter and said thank you. So that's where the line of thinking is right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Otis did sign a contract so he's safe, but that's how I saw it. I'm like, damn. Okay, so Los Garzos, they last match is them getting squashed by Oba, after they was just chilling with some girls.
they had on the shoes, they had on the Louis shoes. They was looking sharp. They was drip. I hope they're not gone. I hope they're still in WWE because I think they're a good tag team. And Angel Garza, he was Andrade kind of took his gimmick a little bit because remember Angel Garza was the one who would come out with the long wrestling pants and then pull them off in the middle of the match and show his draws to the girl.
That feud is waiting for him in AEW if he wants it.
Oh yeah.
That's waiting for him. And for them, again, a lot of people don't know, man. Los Garzos, they roots are in CMLL, so they had to stop in AAA, but their roots are CMLL, so they'll probably go there and dominate.
Yeah, they're a good tag team, man. And they're young. Yeah, I wish WWE would do more with them. Like I think them against the Usos would be a series of fun matches.
Great tag team, yep, and they great solo, great apart. I just don't. It's like I understand you only have so much spaces, but it's the format you run. You know what I mean?
I mean, them against the Lucha Brothers would have been crazy.
Oh my god, poor Ray Phoenix. He put out a message today too. So he wants to be used.
Yeah, man, he's good, man. Like hopefully somebody answers. I mean, they got some new call ups, so hopefully we'll see. Ray Phoenix against Ricky Saints and
bring a cruiserweight belt back. You got all these luchadors on the roster. Like you got AAA, you got an endless amount of talent to pull from. That'd be a proper use of bringing the title back. You know what I'm saying? Like that will be, and have it defended on all shows, NXT, AAA. You got to defend the cruiserweight anywhere because that's the only way you're going to get real good matches, not just in WWE but anywhere they have a partnership.
no, that'll be smart. That'll be smart. Yeah. So I'd want to see Mason Rook at that Cena, and I think he might fight over Fury. He might fight over at that Cena Classic. I think that might be the one. So
What else? Hey, we forgot about the other powerhouse from the hood, man. Hort Skeens.
yeah, that would be hard.
I love Roy Skeens, but I'm afraid that his whole personality is going to be this dude from the hood, and I'm sad about my mom. I need them to do some more with him.
No, I think they'll do some character development.
They have to. Like, that's most people. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, his story, it doesn't get to me because it's most of us. But I want to see them. Like, he's a dominating good wrestler. Let him go. I don't. Damn it.
He's a heel. He needs to be a heel to me.
Yeah. He has a good heel face, if that makes sense. Like he has the look. Some people just look like, I watch movies and it's always the same guy playing a Russian the Russian leader that's voice. He has one of those faces where but we'll
Yeah,
see.
let him turn heel. Let him go against Oba. Let him go against some of these other guys. Jacob, him and Jacob, they establishing they have a long standing relationship as friends. So let him turn on Jacob. So it'll be dope, man. Speaking of Jacob, he pulled that Tongan death grip. He almost won the championship from Roman. Roman was able to win it. That Nick, that's your guy. You love Roman as we all do. What do you think of that main event?
It was good. Telling you, I was watching in the living room by myself. I was screaming at the TV. It had me going. Too many near falls. Crazy. It was super good, super high energy. But dog Roman came out on top. As he should, but
it was Lee, right?
screen.
That's it. I get
He did use the top turnbuckle to get the victory, but
there's no run. That's what I mean. Like, I don't mind you if you want to see. I don't mind turnbuckles. I don't mind nut punches. It'd be the outside interference that bothers me, because the nut punches is part of the story. It's part of the match. The cheating is a part of the match, but just the outside interference. I'm like, bro, go fight your own fight. Ain't you beef with like 3 other tag teams right now? Like, go ahead, man.
Sell script though, bro. Play all dripping through. I'm like, good.
He might be the best to ever say you sell that. He might be the best. I'm thinking about all the Mings and Hakus. And
Really putting that move over, because I know
he understands it.
right. He understands what that move is, and it's not supposed to be used lightly. And Jacob's over here fucking using it like nothing. So yeah, Roman is
he trying to rip his vocal cords out.
Well, this is the thing I love about this feud, because it's like, okay, once again, Roman as the champion has elevated another person to main event status. Jacob Fatu is now main event. Like, Jacob could easily be going for an Intercontinental Championship, U.S. title, another tag team. He's a tag team champion with the MFTs. He's a former U.S. champion. He could easily be mid card going secondary, but man, he is elevating himself. He's not just going against the tribal chief. He's really beating the hell out of Roman Reigns. Like, he beat the hell out of him in Backlash. Roman had to, Roman he didn't get a clean victory. He got a lucky thing with able to make Jacob hit his head on the exposed turnbuckle, I should say, and he hit him with a spear. It was a hard fought victory. They both was giving each other, massive beatdowns throughout the match. But it was one of those things where you're watching it and it's like, oh shit, Jacob might win. Like, Jacob might really win the match. They made him a believable foil for Roman. And Roman, he had one of them honky tonk man victories with this one, man. He as much as I love Roman and as dominant as he is, he kind of weaseled his way to victory with this one. If it wasn't for the exposed turnbuckle,
Yeah.
does he win? He survived. That's a great way to say it, Nick. He survived.
and at the Superman punch, Jacob fucking just come right back up, or the spear. I'm like, oh shit, bro. Like, okay,
Yeah, Jacob was no selling a couple of them things, which is dope. That took us back to the original Jacob when Jacob first came in WWE. He wasn't selling shit. It was him at finishes and everything. He was just looking at him.
The Jacob storyline is so compelling. Like, it made me think about, I remember watching Haku fight Hogan. Hogan dropped the leg drop. Haku got right back up. You know what I'm saying? Or with the Tongans, hitting them in their head does nothing. You know what I mean? Like any of them in the past, like that was their strength. You know what I mean? And I like what they're doing with Jacob's whole storyline. So in the real world, I have friends that are more family than family. And if you notice, the only person Jacob ain't really attacked is Solo, the one who brought him in. Like he had beef with the MFTs. Like he didn't even have beef with them. But you know, Roman, you the big dog for 12 years, but you watched me struggle for 12 years. It was Solo who, when he got his shot, he's the one that brought me in. The Usos, all y'all been there. Nobody helped me out. Y'all didn't help get such and such in the company. You didn't help that, and I'm sitting here starving. I mean, I love his storyline. It's the black sheep. They keep preaching his family stuff, and Royce Keys is more family to him than the bloodline.
You know what I love about it too? It's like, even though it's Samoans, us as black people, us as Latino people, we could all relate, because it's like we all come from families where we got a million cousins. Like Nick, I know you got a million cousins. You got a million cousins.
Yeah.
I got a million cousins, and it's like we love them and we don't got no beef with them. But it's like, although we all family and we all blood, it's like we don't really, we cousins, but we might not really know each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Or we might only see each other family functions or whatever. And you could tell that Roman, when even, because let's pull the real life element into this, right? You look at the pictures, with the pictures that they show a lot of pictures of Roman and Jay and Jimmy together, and their brothers, right? So you could tell that, okay, that was the family that they really hung out as kids. They really grew up together. And
They from Florida and Jacobs from California.
exactly. And so at some point, the next time I do the interview, we got to find out, because at some point, you know, they got that California connection, because Roman's favorite team is the 49ers. When they introduce, even though when they introduce Roman, they say from Pensacola, Florida, but when they introduce the Usos, they say from San Francisco. So at some point, they got that Bay Area connection. So that might have.
I think the Bay Area sounds cooler than Pensacola. Like they'll announce Roman being from Pensacola, but as far as like Jay and Jimmy, man, I know a few Samoans, and all of their favorite teams are the 49ers for some reason.
Oh yeah, West Coast. They West Coast out.
They 49er fans. Yeah.
They West Coast out, man. And big up, like early in my career as a journalist, I got a chance to hang out with the Booyah Tribe a couple of times, man.
Shout out the fellas. They used to look me out in California.
Yeah, those are some good guys, and they was definitely West Coast out, man. So big up to those guys. But it's like, okay, boom, we family, we cousins, but I might only see you when we go to my grandmother's house. So I might not see you at a funeral or big birthday party, something like that. So it's like,
Or reunion.
yeah, so it's like, okay, we blood, but it's like,
We don't fuck with each other like that.
right, you know what I'm saying? And then I listen, yeah, and then I listened to these interviews of Jacob talking. Jacob said that he actually tried out for WWE 10 years ago, and he didn't make it. And this was when Jacob was talking to Peter Rosenberg. Shout out to Pete. And he was saying that he did the tryout on his own. He didn't make it. And then after the tryout, Roman and the Usos was like, "Yo, bro, why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't tell us that you was trying out? We could have, tried to do something." Like, and Jacob wanted to get it on. Jacob wanted to get it on his own. So, I do like the fact that it's a real life element, and there's stories that Jacob tell in interviews where he was in jail and he saw the Usos, pop up on the TV while he was in jail, and that gave him that inspiration and motivation to do what he do. So these are the best story where it's just really simple. Like, yo, you my cousin, you was in WWE, you was making money, you was getting rich, you was at the very top of the mountain as the tribal chief champion for 4 years. You ain't pull me in. I've been harboring, I've been harboring this beef. I've been harboring these ill will towards you for all this time, and you supposed to be my big cousin. You ain't look out. Now I want to take it from you. I could go for the championship. I could go against a Cody Rhodes, on SmackDown, but I want to take it from you because you didn't give it to me. So I think it's dope. They have great chemistry in the ring too, and I love the promos. The promos they be cutting on each other. It ain't really too much talking. Roman gives these speeches and then Jacob just snaps and start beating him down.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm more of a fan of Jacob's promos than Roman's. Like Roman sound like an old man, like old privileged man. I can't explain it, but his comebacks don't match Jacob's comebacks for me. Like Jacob, I really want Jacob to win. Like Roman, I was like, man,
But Roman is he's Jacob is more emotional, right? Like his Jacob's obsession with this title, like I said, is emotion. Of course, he wants the money and the status and everything that comes with being a champion, but
7 kids.
he got 7 kids. But it's coming from more of emotional than a logical standpoint where he could have went after Cody. Right? He was fueled off emotion to go after Roman. With Roman, he's coming from the standpoint of somebody who's been at the top of the mountain, somebody who's was control of the control of the championship for 4 years, and he's seen that he helped the company grow exponentially, and everything that he says, where it's like, yo, if y'all follow my game plan, we all gonna win, we all gonna eat, because he had, like he says, he has proof of concept. When he was on top for all of them years, the whole bloodline was flourishing. Solo was brand new to the main event roster. He was a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Even if he wasn't in the match, he was always involved in the main event. He was always involved on some of the best segments on all of the SmackDown. So, Roman has to prove a concept that I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for all of us. I'm making sure that all of us eat. Solo is focusing on his immediate household. He's focusing on when he goes into his house and he sees who's in his crib, that's who he's focused on. Roman is really focused on he's at the top of the mountain. So he has a broader view. He has a broader view. So like I said, Roman was able to beat him. He was able to beat him at Backlash. He came back to Monday Night Raw. On that Monday, they had another clash. What now? This is what I don't like. I don't like the Usos once again being relegated to like the errand boys. There was supposed to be more of an even thing, like main event Jey Uso. Jey Uso ain't been in the main event in a long time, and as
I think this is a part of the story. I really think that because in the past, every time somebody feuds with Roman, they bring up the Usos being errand boys. I think eventually Jacobs was like, look at y'all just errand boys. You used to be main event Jey Uso. Now you're just doing run-ins for Roman. I think that's gonna play into the storyline.
it's weird, man, because the old Roman, he would have told the Usos, y'all see that I got the heavyweight championship. why are you guys not focused on the vision? Why are you guys not focused on getting your belts back? Why are you guys letting street profits who haven't been on television in a year, damn near, become the number one contenders to your championship? Or at least why is Saturday Night's main event not a triple threat for your championship? Like, we all got to be champions. Roman is just letting them do whatever. And I guess that comes with Roman saying that we equals or whatever. But you know, when the bloodline got back together the night after WrestleMania, I just thought that it was gonna be Usos getting the belts again, Roman being the champion, and they running it back. Like I even could have saw Jacob, when Jacob first came out there, I thought Jacob was gonna join the bloodline too, and he was gonna go for the Intercontinental belt. Can you imagine? I mean, we've seen Penta and Jacob fight before, but can you imagine the type of matches Penta and Jacob will be having at this point? So I thought they was gonna be like an unstoppable foursome, but now it's like
I think Roman's gonna end up alone again.
I see a lot of people saying that. I don't know. I just think that
I think the whole family thing is a farce. His only care is that belt. He's been saying that. I don't think Roman's a face. I've never thought he was a face ever.
I don't think the family thing is a farce. Like, I think Roman wants to see the family flourish, and I do think that in his mind that he really feels like he's the best head of the table possible for the family. I think that if there was another person that he thought could be the head of the table, he would give him that leeway. But
It was Solo, but then The Rock joined the whole thing and pushed Solo out.
Solo, nobody's a better head of the table.
I think he's using the family to keep the title. Like, we got to stick together, we family, in that purpose. But I don't think overall he really cares like everybody thinks about the tribal. I think it's about the whole acknowledge me thing. Acknowledge us. Yeah, no.
His ego is definitely crazy, but he's earned it. He's earned it. Roman has beat everybody. He beat Edge and Daniel Bryan. He beat Brock Lesnar. He stacked him and picks him. He beat Cody before.
And what are they doing for the family? Like, does Lance NOI get more bookings on the indies? Like, what are you doing for the family as the champion?
It definitely make the family hot, man. Like, I think Lance do get booked more on the indies because he's part of that bloodline. Like, being associated with Roman and the twins, it do make him hot. I mean, Jacob Fatu, I mean, look, like I said, Jacob Fatu is a main event player now. He's getting a chance, like all of that shit that we seen on the indies, the Samoan Werewolf, and all of this freakish athlete and this guy that we marveled at the indies, we're now getting to see it at the main event of WWE PLE. So,
because he's an MLW heavyweight champion. Like, he came in a main eventer to the mid card, and he's ascending now. So that's cool.
yes, and it's all Roman. It's like when 50 Cent had G Unit, man. Like, hey, bro.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Everybody went, Tony Yayo, like he'll say 800,000 in jail. Lloyd Banks platinum, Young Buck platinum, DJ Who Kid platinum in the streets with the mixtape. Everything that them brothers was touching, platinum, especially coming together. And then when they put the G Unit album out, platinum. So Roman is it's that same sensibility, man. Like I'm taking y'all to the mountaintop, brother. I'm taking y'all brothers to the mountaintop, and he's doing it. Roman. I wish Ari was on here. He'd tell you, man, when Roman steps out in that arena every night, it is God tier aura.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing him to God up above, but I'm just saying, like, when you talk about different tiers of status, Roman is on another level. anybody else. There was a moment in time where I think Cody and Roman, around the time when Cody won the championship at WrestleMania against Roman, like they were kind of even in popularity. Roman is clear cut number one right now. Nobody, when Roman steps out there, even though WrestleMania, CM Punk got a lot of cheers, he's loved. Roman just got that aura. Is something that you really can't explain, but it's just something that you feel like when you hear that music and he steps out from Gorilla. It's the goosebumps, it's everything that he's given. Where you see people like we literally like me, like Aria tell you, we literally watched from the floor in Tampa at the arena, from the floor seats. We was looking all the way up to the roof, all the way up to the 300 sections. Everybody stood up and had the ones up, from adults to seniors to little kids. Everybody stood up and put them ones up. You know what I'm saying? Like Roman, he just got that aura, and it's nobody else in the family. No disrespect, nobody else in the family has that aura that Roman has. So it's like, so he's like, yo, I got it. Let me run with the ball, man. I got it. I got us. Let me run with the ball. And
Yeah.
he proved it. When Roman was on top and the bloodline was on top, WWE as a whole was the best that is,
Yeah.
best it's ever been since the attitude. Yeah, it was the best that it was since the attitude era, man. So
I tell people all the time, the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened for Roman Reigns. And they were like, what you mean? They were having them empty arena matches. That's the first time Roman looked into the camera and started talking ish. That's when the tribal chief was born. A lot of people don't realize that. The tribal chief was born. He was having a match. I forgot who it was against. It might have been against Jay, where he looked into the camera in the ring and just started talking shit. Like, and that for me, that was it. I'm a big fan of Roman. It's the aura. Like, he to me is what Drake was to a lot of people, as far as like a lot of dudes, man. They see Roman and it's like, man, like, I don't want to say like fantasize like they wish they was Roman, but he has that aura. Like, he's him. Like, he's who guys want to be. He's cool, man. Calculated, and he dresses cool. Like, even, he'll have on some J's, the all black jean jacket. It's just everything looks cool. The man bun. He just cool.
I mean, he got like I said, he got the ultimate aura, and we've seen it. You know, is he's a rare company.
Dr. Thugonomics Cena. Like, everybody loved that version of Cena because like he was in it, like he was into the same stuff we felt them. I think a lot of people feel Roman, like the aura. You know what I'm saying? And then the real like he's a family man. He don't be caught up in nothing. Like, he's just a really good dude, man. And good dudes like that, man, they're gonna be celebrated. And he earned this spot at the top of the pile. He definitely did, man. So shout out to Roman, man.
Roman don't gotta do nothing to control the arena. He ain't gotta speak one word. He don't have to throw one fist. All he gotta do is put that finger in the air, and everybody know to get in formation. Like, it's that time. And even like going to these wrestling events, and we all go to wrestling events. It's like when you see somebody with they got the replica belt, or they got the official merchandise on. You ain't even gotta say nothing to them. All you gotta do is put that finger in the air, and they know what time it is. Roman got the whole game captivated, man. Like, he's really the one. He's really the Jay-Z of this shit. And like, he got that soul glow around him. He got that Bruce Leroy glow around him. And I want to see a long title reign too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't, and I'm not disrespecting Jacob because I think Jacob is a great guy, but I want to see Roman hold on to this belt. I know a lot of people saying that maybe he gets past Jacob and he loses it to Obafemi. I want to see. I want to see Roman take the belt into WrestleMania next year, man. I want to see what he could do with another long title reign. Now, I'm not saying another 4 years. I think that's too long, but I want to see what he could do with another long title reign.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. The champs only wrestle at PLEs anyway, so him being a part timer wouldn't be too tough. I mean, why not? But I would also like to see somebody, maybe a Jacob and not a Punk or a Cody or another big name that's been there a long time, take it off of, elevate the next generation. So it got to be somebody from there.
We gonna see, man. WWE, the next event is Saturday night's main event, which they've already announced. Division defending the tag team belts against the Street Profits. I think we're gonna see Seth Rollins come out there and cost them the belt. So hopefully the Street Profits get some gold around their waist again. Hopefully Seth can come out there and help them. And Penta against Ethan Page, that should be good. And then we're gonna go clash in Italy. And it feels like Clash in Italy. Well, we definitely know Gunther against Cody at Clash in Italy.
Guys are mad than that.
You think Gunther's taking the belt?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's taking that off Cody.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
I like it. Let Gunther have another long title reign as champion too. I think that sets it up. I mean, shit. If Gunther beats Cody for the belt, that sets it up for Brock Lesnar to come out of retirement. Brock might say, "Yo, I want one more title reign in Minnesota." So that'll be crazy. At SummerSlam, Brock against Gunther for the championship.
Yeah.
Maybe it's career versus championship. That would be stupid.
Yeah, I would like that.
SummerSlam. I like that. Hopefully Randy Orton pops up. And it looked like we're gonna see Raw ended with Jacob absolutely annihilating the entire bloodline. He annihilated. I mean, damn, he took out Jimmy with one punch. He headbutted Jay and the Gorilla, and Jay was out.
Multiple times.
Him and Roman had a good back and forth, but he got the upper hand on Roman and wound up power bombing Roman through the announcer table. Roman been getting power bombed through that announcer table too much, man. That's like 3-4 times. Like let's get serious. Like he and then he gave him the what do you call the move? He threw himself into the whole bloodline when he broke the barricade. He did the Rikishi, he did the Umaga move, I should say. The Umaga,
That looks stiff.
yeah, through the whole barricade where where Umaga used to run and jump into the guys with his back into the turnbuckle. So he took the whole bloodline, the Usos and Roman out through the barricade. They look like the goddamn Three Stooges doing that. I'm like, God damn, they look crazy. He making them look crazy. But again, I say you gotta give it to the family because it's like, yo, all right, we gonna look like buffoons. We gonna get beat down, but we doing it for our cousin so he could look all that much better. So you gotta give it to these family because yo, they keeping that Wu-Tang money all in the family, man. This is crazy. This is they the best to do it.
Yeah.
To do it. It's like Bret Hart. Bret Hart took the loss. Bret Hart took the loss to Owen at WrestleMania and later came back that same night and won the championship. Right? We looking strong as a family. So, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's going on. And yo, before we close out, that Drake, you talked about Drake earlier, that Drake Iceman is supposed to come out this week.
Yes.
What's the expectations? It's supposed to drop May the 15th. What's the expectations?
I I think it's gonna do 200 plus. Um, I don't know. Ever since that battle, I don't want to hear him talk greasy. You know what I mean? I don't want him to, I want him to talk about what he been through and give us some bars, but keep the disses and stuff. I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear this.
Right. I heard he's not supposed to be like taking like direct shots at anybody. I think maybe I heard Khaled is supposed to get it straight, like direct, but that's pretty much it.
But why would you diss Khaled, man? Khaled should love to everybody. Khaled show love to everyone. Yeah. Even when people was dissing Drake, Khaled was one to put him on his album. So I don't think you should. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but
I know the one person I know.
it's no, you still get no stripes for dissing DJ Khaled, man. Khaled, he showing love. He losing weight. He get paid. It's just so.
Joe Budden cancel stream. Joe Budden is Joe Budden. Joe Budden. I'm a fan of Joe Budden. He catches strays literally every album. So I don't see the streak in there anytime soon.
Well, they got it. They got it. You know, they got their personal thing. Me with this album, I'm just hoping that, and I think he's gonna do it. I think he's just gonna go back to his. Because I just wrote a piece. I don't know when it's coming up. But, you know, I didn't speak to the editor yet, but I wrote a piece about Views the other day, just looking back 10 years since Views, and that was just such a dope album. It was a blockbuster album, a million first week, and it came off the heels of If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, and you know the joint project with Future, and then he dropped the back to back against Meek Mill, and you know Charged Up. You know What a Time to Be Alive. Like he was killing it. Like, and I think that's one of the things that's missing from hip hop right now. And I'm not dissing nobody that was at Rolling Loud, because you know everybody deserves to come up, and you know I think Rolling Loud is a great vehicle, especially for young audience or young artists. But we don't really have that superstar that's everybody is just honed in on. Remember when Drake dropped Views, and I know it's 10 years ago, and you know it's a whole different thing. But when Drake dropped Views, it was like, damn, everybody is focused on that one thing. It was like one of the big projects that's larger than life. One of the things that everybody is anticipating. One of them projects that everybody, like, it was a rollout and everybody was sitting around and everything was on the radio, and you know we would still go to the clubs, and you know they play 5 songs from the album in the clubs, and you just be riding around and people playing it in their car. We don't really have just like a unified superstar in hip hop like that. And what I'm hoping is that Drake could, you know, he could come back and show us what a real superstar in hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? And have another superstar moment.
See, my thing is, I think a lot of people put too much on. They say hip hop is down, rap is down because Drake ain't making music, and I'm like, bro, rap is down because y'all suck. Y'all the trash.
Right.
Like the stuff that's really good, they don't really make for the clubs. Like the Griseldas, the Rock Marcy's, the Larry Jones.
Lately, bro, is a
We're missing artists that make stuff to get you. Oh,
Well, I'm talking about, and when I say we don't have that superstar, I'm talking about like there hasn't been like somebody in the younger generation that's one of those superstars, like somebody that's mega big radio hit, somebody that could go out and sell out arenas and stuff like that. We don't have a lot of those people. I know NBA YoungBoy and Rod Wave, they got a great audience where they could sell out arenas and stuff like that, but I don't think they don't have the universal hit with from little kids to people our age to gangsters to, just people that's vaguely listening to hip hop that's tuned in. Drake had a lot of those people tuned in like that. Kendrick definitely was bringing in a lot of people too, but I think with this Iceman, I would like to see Drake have another views moment and just give us like something exciting in hip hop. Like going into the summer, we don't have a hip hop song of the summer right now. To me,
And it's gonna be is with Future. I'm telling you, I've been waiting for Future and Drake to make another song together, and there's already a video apparently. So I'm excited to hear and see both, because I know I love Future.
and that's the tour too, right? Like let Drake and Future like they do another Summer 16 tour. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the tour where they just go back to back.
They like need it.
Versus.
They both need it right now. They've both been quiet. You know what I mean? Last couple of years.
Oh, I'm ready for that Future drop too. Whenever he's ready, I'm ready.
Let me ask you a question, because I heard some rumors about you think it's possible that Kendrick is dropping an album called Fireman on Friday too?
I think I've seen an Instagram reel of
I didn't know about that. This is the first one to hear about that.
I've seen a few different, things about it. It's pictures of Kendrick in the fireman jacket coming out the studio.
yeah.
So it's like,
Maybe not an album, maybe a record. I don't know.
I mean, it God damn, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm like, damn, he's on. Man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be legendary.
But again, this is giving us some excitement in hip hop. Like, this is a moment where it's like, all right, let's get some excitement, man. Like, I don't remember the last time one of my friends have called me and just to talk about what's going on in rap. Like, yo, did you see that video? Or yo, did you hear this song? Like,
it was spring 2024. I can tell you when. It was spring 2024. Kendrick and Drake. That was a last
right. Wow. I just don't remember a time when like the whole hip hop. Now, obviously, there's some younger guys or some younger women they putting out some of these records, and some of the younger people is talking about. But I'm talking about like where just where the whole world just stopped and was like, "Yo, did you hear this record? This shit is crazy." Or everybody from the younger to the OGs was singing a particular song, and everybody was rock. We haven't had that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about like with views. I'm thinking about when Kanye dropped Graduation. I'm thinking about going back even further with now that Hove is coming back. Like I'm thinking about when Hove dropped Do It Again with Beanie Siegel. Everybody like, oh shit, you heard this record? And
I was outside.
mostly
I was at the tunnel when they performed that. I was there.
man, we missing these moments like when Dynasty came out and Volume 3, Sean, what I'm saying, Busy Volume 3 came out, and we missing these moments, man. Like you looking at Wu-Tang going on tour right now with Bone Thugs. Like, I remember me and my man Lloyd going to Jamaica Avenue to a couple of weeks, and please forgive me, Steve, because we actually Steve Riggin. we bought the real album, but they were selling dub, not it wasn't even bootleg. It was like somebody had dubbed the Wu-Tang album on Maxell cassettes and was selling it. This was like 2 weeks before the album came out. We did go buy the album and supported it when it came out. But we were so thirsty to hear that second Wu-Tang album, Wu-Tang Forever. We bought the double album. It was 2 Maxell cassette tapes. I took one home and my man Lloyd took another one home, and we made dubs and we exchanged the next day. But it's like, just those moments,
They miss
I would, me, and I know my brothers on here, we was just raised when hip hop, when people was just talking about it, where it was just moments where it was just like, shit that was just captivating. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was raised on. I wasn't raised on like, yo, what you think there's no hip hop song of the summer, or uh there's no classic album in hip hop right now. I wasn't raised on that. You know what I'm saying? I was raised on like,
Rappers giving a fuck.
I was raised on not even calling you about. I'm not even calling you about the album. I'm calling, yo, nigga, did you just hear this Jadakiss verse on this DJ Clue mixtape? Yo,
Yeah.
did you just hear this new guy from the West Coast? His name is Game. Did you just hear this dude? Like, I think he gonna be one of the ones. Like, yo, did you hear what 50 Cent just said on his Who Kid mixtape? You heard this shit that 50 said? Or like, yo, did you just hear this pattern? Like, how the hell did Eminem just come up? Like, he already got 500 flows. How did he just come up with another flow? Or, yo, this Lil Wayne, out of nowhere, Lil Wayne they just leaked 50 Lil Wayne songs, and all them shits is crazy. I was saying, I come from that.
You made me think about something just now. It's streaming. Streaming messed up the game. So you got streaming out. They pay so little that artists aren't in a rush to make music now. It deaded CDs and going to buy music. When you used to go to have to decide what you're gonna spend your money on, you thought carefully about what you was gonna buy that week. So artists will have to give a fuck and put more effort into the music because you want your CD bought. But with streaming, it's just so lazy. It hurt the game, man. It hurt the game for the artist and for the consumer. I think that's what the problem is.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that hurt the game. We're gonna do it. We all get thought on that. I think it's dope albums and it's dope artists that's coming out, but I just think we're not having a superstar moments. Like, I love the Clips album last year, and I love the Mobb Deep album, and everything that Mass Appeal did, and my brother Buster putting out heat. I thought Fat Joe album was dope, and it's a lot. It's a lot of dope shit, but it's like, for some reason, some of them albums don't be getting they don't be playing it on the radio like how they should be. Like, it's just not just a unifying moment. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a unifying moment.
Like it's a lot of issues, Rain. It's a lot. Radio is like, isn't like most radio syndicated. So instead of just playing stuff from the area, they gotta play Drake 1,000 times and such 1,000 times. When in New York, and for some reason Atlanta didn't conform to that norm. So they'll play stuff from out of the country, but they have such a diverse market that if you listen to the radio down here, it's literally just Atlanta artists. And you're hearing new artists, and eventually these artists that we've been hearing, they'll end up getting more play in New York than New York artists.
Well, I mean, I mean, like I said, yeah, I do agree that New York needs to play some more New York artists. I think you got certain DJs that's doing their thing that play it, but I mean, listen, we got a whole episode we could get back into what it was.
So
Goes on in hip hop. We could do it. I mean, this is the Rap on Wrestling, so we're gonna talk about rap music. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that this album, for the sake of the hip hop, that this Iceman joint is supposed to be what it is, and if Kendrick dropping some new music, let the games begin again. It's a competition. It's a hip hop. Hip hop is a sport as well, just like wrestling is a sport. Just like you know, Cody, he seeing Roman come to the ring, and he got the aura. Cody hearing some boos. Cody got to figure out another way to get everybody to be unified against him, like how they was. Maybe hypocrites. Maybe they hate Gunther so much that might be the unifying moment for Cody as well. So we gonna see. But I know with wrestling, we could see who's gonna be the superstars. They got a lot, you know what I'm saying? Just WWE alone, so Ruka, Javon, Penta, Oba, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Division, you know what I'm saying? Like Lash Legend, Liv, Roxanne, Raquel. They got a lot of superstars that's we could clearly see that's gonna be the dominant force. So I'm just hoping that we get the same in rap and R&B. I want to see it flourish. You know, I'm not dissing no up and coming rapper and no up and coming singer. I want to see them flourish. I want to see them have their superstar moments. I want to be like, okay, this dude right here, I know he gonna next 10 years he gonna make at least 4 or 5 albums, and 3 of them shit's gonna be classic. This girl right here, I know she can sing her ass off. Her pen game is incredible. She picking the right beats. She ain't the next nobody. She's the she's her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about her the singer, but she's doing what she doing. She gonna have an incredible career the next 10, 15 years. She gonna give us incredible stage performances. She gonna give us some impeccable songs that we gonna be singing in the car, in the shower, and in these concerts. So I want to see it. I want to be excited by the next generation. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this podcast, please like, share, subscribe, tell your people. For Spiff TV, Nick 816, Harry the Oracle. Will, my brothers, I should say. This is Shaheem Reed. Hopefully next episode I got my voice all the way back to where it need to be. This the Rap on Wrestle podcast. We're passionate about hip hop. We're passionate about R&B too, as well as wrestling, man. So keep rocking with us. We appreciate the support. We out.
Yep. More Leo Rush.